Welcome back to Dragon Ball Podcast episode 28, the Big 3-0. And again, I am joined by the free-to-play god, Asdig.
What's going on, guys?
We are joined by the free-to-play legend, The Truth.
True.
Hey. Hello, I am the free-to-play legend, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, he's waving to you, you know. We have Bradical in the house.
Skip me this time. What's up?
I would never. I could never.
I was all ready and everything. I was like, all right, cool. I got this prepped. And then you go straight to truth. And I was like, all right, sweet.
Yeah, you got to keep you on your toes, man. We got Rhymestyle here. What's up, dude?
I've never seen this many like free-to-play players in one room together before. It's kind of amazing.
It's the best, man.
True.
We have our equipment geek, Professor Sensei. How are we doing?
Hello.
And we are joined by the homie Goresh.
Yeah, so I can't make the free-to-play joke anymore. I bought a daily sale the other day. So,
No way.
yeah.
Dude, you're $8 into the game?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't be free-to-play anymore.
Okay,
As per the
reminds me
Reddit
of-
rules.
That's a
That
little
reminds
bit-
me of the original Dokkan days when people were like, yeah, I'm mostly free-to-play. It's like, what does mostly mean?
Yeah,
Well, I bought stones every now and then. I'm like, then you're not free-to-play.
Yeah.
Mostly
So many
free-to-play.
fish. So today's topics are obviously the new Ultra Goku. We're going to talk about the Legends All-Stars banner. We're going to talk about the Super Saiyan Blue Revived Goku hit, the Tournament of Power mode. We want to give a little bit of a spotlight to the new co-op because that's pretty hard. And the 3.0 update as a whole. And of course, we're going to start off with the Ultra Goku. And I'm going to hand it over here to Asdig as a free-to-play player. How do you feel about this Goku?
Dude, honestly, like as a free-to-play player, like you really can't... I don't have a lot of complaints about this, right? Like I know there is some issues with it, like with the rare metals. Like a lot of people... I know a lot of people that just did not have the materials or the rare metals to go ahead and just get this guy fully soul boosted, right? But it's like just... It feels like that scene from Endgame, right? Where the Hulk is like giving like one of his tacos to Ant-Man. It's just like, that's how Toshi is. He's blessing us, dude. He's blessing us with this ultra rarity. And so, you know, that's pretty much all I can ask for. I want to know what your guys' thoughts on him are. Like how, like, because this is basically like the equivalent of them giving like an LR, right? Like, I think it's pretty much, I've heard other people say like this is like the LR of Legends as of right now.
Yeah, it's like, it actually is the same exact thing, basically. Like, Toshi was around for Dokkan back then, so like, Ultra and LRs were probably both his idea, for real.
Yeah.
Again, it's
pretty
the same
sure-
concept.
I'm pretty sure he was the one who introduced LRs in the first place to Dokkan. So yeah, I like it. I think it's the thing that was kind of like, I guess, bad is we had a negative reaction immediately because we thought it was going to happen in the future. And obviously they are going to be summoned at some point, but I feel like it's not something to think about right now. What we should do, obviously, is send them feedback all as we go for next year. Like, hey, by the way, whenever these are summoned, be like, chill. But as far as right now, I think it's dope. You get a free unit that looks incredibly flashy. It is kind of grind-worthy, but I think they want us to have something to do because something that people don't realize is the average Legends player plays the game way too much. And that's why there's like never any events. Like they release events and then they're already done. It's like, oh, we want more. It's like,
Yeah, I think
can't.
that's why we're all
Where's the
average
content?
Legends players in here, right?
Oh, average
Exactly.
players showed up to the podcast.
Yep. But did any of
Yeah, I
you
think-
manage to max them out with the rare mills you had already, like right out the gate?
No, super
I-
close, but
I actually did. I was
I
able
did.
to.
Yeah?
I never spent rare metals since day one except to buy adventure slots. So I think I still have like 400,000 left.
Is it because you knew?
No. But like I said,
Whatever you
because
say.
think about it, the rare metal shop was useless outside of buying the Goku and buying adventure slots. So like, I actually maxed out my Goku for no reason because I had that many medals. So I'm like, all right, well I guess I'm just gonna use these for adventure slots from here on out. But like, there's nothing else to do. So I actually kind of lucked out with it.
Yeah, I think,
Dude.
in my opinion, because I was spending my rare metals like every time the shop refreshed on the erasers, because I was under the assumption that they would never be useful. And I was like, all right, whatever, I might as well just spend them on erasers. And so I came in with like 40-something thousand rare metals. So I like mine is close to being done, but he's not done yet. I think that the implementation of this unit is perfectly fine. The only issue I have was the rare metal stuff, but that's it.
Oh, if
Yeah,
they hadn't
definitely.
to get like 3K rare medals to at least unlock the mission, then that would have been fantastic. And then if you didn't need the medals, then great, you got some extra medals. But I'm one of the guys that's just tapped out, and so I'm I'm scraping them right before this first round of defense leaves.
Yeah. Like, okay, so the only reason why I think it's a problem is because not only are they making this Goku basically a super heavy rare metal grind, they also make you buy the Blue Spirit Bomb Goku with rare metals, which is not that bad. It's fine. They also make you buy the TOP equipment, which we'll get to later, which I think is annoying with the rare metals. And they also make you buy the adventure slots with rare metals, and now they're making you buy like the Gogeta event key with rare metals. So there's a lot of uses for rare metals that just all of a sudden popped up, over the course of the past few weeks. And as somebody who's been playing the game for a long time, you could be in the position, and this is the argument that I made against this change, that you come into this update with 0 rare metals. Let's say you're somebody who grinded everything in the game, you completed everything in the game. Coming into this update, you have 0 rare metals because you spent them all on souls. What do you do to grind this? You can't grind the rare metals. I think what they should do is implement some way to, like, I don't know, maybe there's adventures that give rare metals, so at least you have a consistent way to get these.
What's the?
They do.
What are the current ways to get medals outside of let's fight 3 times and
You clear when you clear a stage, you get like 100, right? 200, something like
I
that.
think isn't it 10?
Like for the first time.
For each stage, you get 10 if you clear all the challenges. Then you have the Try to Surpass Me event, which gives you like 100 on each stage, but that's 3 stages. So
Yeah, and then there's the sparking like super scout battle, and then there's login bonus. I'm picking rare metals for my login bonus now.
And you get 40 rare medals for using 10 energy every day, which is like wow.
Well, correct. You do have
honestly,
10,000 energy, right?
I am so glad I hate story mode because I have so many unfinished stages. I just don't feel like playing them all.
Speaking of rare metals for the login, I'm almost certain they didn't let me pick it for my weekend bonus.
Yeah, they don't have it for the weekend. They only have it during the week.
I was like, man, I haven't ever looked for it, but hopefully it was like 200 something spooky, But can't even grab.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is not a grind that's meant to be done in like a day, right? They intentionally are splitting it up into 3 parts, right? We have part 1, I believe it's going to like the 15th of this month. Then we have part 2 going until I think at the end of the month, and then I think the 3rd part goes into like May 15th or something like that. So they're intentionally separating it so that you don't just instantly go in and finish the whole thing in like one day, right? And I mean, at the end of the day, you're probably not going to be able to finish the soul boosting at super fast anyway. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I would just like to soul boost them fully, right? It's just like the.
I wonder if that was even intentional, because like the whole you're supposed to grind for them over time is for the missions and stuff like that. But I don't know if they were aware that the rare metal thing would be a thing, like an issue. I mean, look, the thing is, we could always relay that information as well. Be like, hey, by the way, everything's cool, but yeah, maybe just give us more ways to get medals or tone it down. But now that I know that this is gonna be a thing, the next like couple ultras we get, like I'm not touching my rare medals for anything else.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I do feel like it's intentional, mainly because of the PvP that it's not possible to receive all of the rewards. Only the top 3K are going to get them. So they clearly understand that players are not going to be finishing this unit, and it's kind of a nod to all the you guys have like not hundreds of thousands, but 40, 50,000 rare medals saved up, right? So you were able to somewhat complete the Goku, and you will probably complete it by the end he's done. But that's really a nod to y'all for being a consistent player, and I think that was intentional.
Well, keep in mind too that they said they were going to put Z Power in the rare metal shop at the end of like the campaign anyway. So if you're somebody who didn't end up maxing them out from like the PvP reward, you can buy those extra rewards from the rare metal shop later.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think I'll be able to finish them by the end of this PvP season. So because you get 2,000 rare medals, I think if you're top 3K, then you get more rare medals this time also for battling 50. And then I think it's 1,000. I think it's 1,000 for 50 and then 1,000 for top 3K, right?
Yeah, because you always get 2,000 a season.
Could be. And then I think, do you get some from TOP mode as well?
Oh, we're talking about the Z Power. We're not talking about.
No, we're talking about not the Z Power. We're talking about the rare medals. I think, or I was.
I was talking about Z Power.
No, the Z Power. Yeah, that's for top 3K. You get 1,000.
Yeah.
And then rank 50, I'll get 1,000.
Exactly. Which is fine, I think. I mean,
it's actually really good personally. Like that's like
for TOP, you do get medals. You get it for just having a high score, and you also get for ranking up. A lot actually. You get like 3,000.
You also get some from the missions that they have too.
I was just about to say, and the missions too. They're giving out a lot of the rare medals from the missions. So it looks like the Tournament of Power is going to be like a way for them to utilize the rare medals more, because again, up until this point, they've pretty much just been useless, right?
Yeah, now all of a sudden it's like everything.
Yep.
So what do you think? What do you think of Ultra Goku as a unit?
I think he's great. He's fantastic.
Dude, he's so sexy.
I have a different mentality towards units than like the average player. I don't give a fuck if a unit is like super crazy good or, has a lot of like utility. I just want a unit that looks cool, and that Goku looks cool. But the good news is he does actually work really, really well. He's powerful, so like I think it's a step right move. The only thing I am concerned about, and this is more like a future thing, is how much ultras will balance out compared to your average LF or your average Zenkai or just your average unit, like. Because, I mean, the thing about Dokkan is when Dokkan released LRs, there was clearly a difference in power with them. And then it's like over time, it's just like LRs became like the main thing. So it's like, is that going to happen for Legends as well? But this is like a thing over the course like the next 3 or 4 years. Like, how well will that balance out?
Well, okay,
Especially your LF Zenkais.
One thing about LFs, right, is that their rate before was 0.25. There's no way in hell when ultras are summonable, they'll be below that, right?
No, there's
like,
just no way.
Did they bump new LFs to 0.5 now so then they could slide ultras in later at 0.25? Is that maybe what they're thinking?
That's the theory that I have.
I'd be down with that.
Because it's like
Says the free-to-play player.
Below 0.25, like, nah.
No, there's no way. I would be aghast if they put their rates below that.
Yeah, best case scenario, they bump up LFs more, like let's say like 0.75 or even 1%, and then they bump up or release LFs at like 0.5. But again, this is something like a year from now, like 2 years from now, whenever, not 2 years, like a year from now, whenever they actually release it.
I think like all the different unique animations he's got is really cool. Like I've actually been very impressed, right? Like the charge, like everything, the intro he's got.
Yeah, that
like,
was
so now,
sick.
Oh my god.
All the characters that could potentially have one, right? Like it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about that is they didn't even put any of like the cool animations in the preview. Like they showed like 2, and then they didn't show like the rest of like the 7 that he has. It's because when I first used him, I was like, I didn't realize he had like every single animation was unique. I thought it was just like the clash and like the tap attack, and that was it or something like that. But everything is like really, really good looking. Yeah,
I have one complaint though. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Remember how like there were a couple units over the last 2 years that have a special Rising Wrestler animation for the green card, like Kaoken Goku, for example.
Yeah.
You would think that this would be the perfect opportunity to do that. They didn't. It still has the great same green animation that every other card has.
I know.
Just throwing.
I mean, there's an obvious reason why, but one thing I will say is I do get very excited playing PvP when someone's got him. Oh, yes, please bring him. A fish.
Yeah, bring him first. Bring him first. I want to see that intro.
Yeah, that's so sick that he has like this unique intro. But yeah, I love that they already started with the animation when you get him, because for Zenkais it was kind of bland in a way. You know, when you unlock the Zenkai, you sit there for like 5 minutes looking through all the stats. But when you unlock this guy, it's like, whoa. I think everybody was super hyped when they showed that in video and stuff too, huh?
Yeah, you know what's funny about that intro too is remember back during the Las Vegas tournament when they showed off Vegito and he did the intro in their match? It's kind of like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so I wonder if that was something that they were considering doing for LFs and then they just scrapped it for this Ultra instead.
Dude, imagine getting like a fusion intro, like in Fighters, for like one of these Ultra units.
I was thinking
for sure
that after this came out, that would be how they could do fusion units instead of like a dual unit that fuses together. It just starts off with them catching the earring or whatever, right? Pops in it, then you get a Vegeta.
Yeah, that's your first summonable one right there.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Well, you don't think they'll give a free Vegito?
No.
What?
No, you'll get this red one Zenkai.
What all the Dokkan drops? So Dokkan gave us the Goku, they gave us the Pod Frieza, they gave us Ginyu.
Androids.
And
then Piccolo.
right?
See, the thing about Dokkan, so, I mean, it is actually, I think, a good idea to look at how Dokkan did it since Toshi was around for both, right? So they had the Prime battle, then the next one was Androids, which was from Friend Summon, which is different. And then the next one was Piccolo, who was from World Tournament. So the first 3 were all obtained free in different ways. So
you're saying it could be that there's one that you get Z power from by winning PvP matches, or by, I don't know.
Oh, no, from
playing
top.
Centauri
or maybe
whatever.
like the next one, maybe let's say it's an Ultra Cell, and like he has like just an insanely difficult event you'd have to go through or something, or like maybe like a similar like Tournament of Power stage designed just around getting like this Ultra character or something like that.
What if they did? What if the next Turner of Power, or not the next one, but whenever let's say they did a Cell. What if instead of Turner of Power they made it for that one season? It was the Cell games, and then that's how you got them.
That'd be kind of fire.
That'd be pretty cool.
Imagine for like the next one. You know how everybody loves their stage 51 fights. Imagine for the next Ultra, they make you do all level 51 difficulty fights for like 10 stages straight. Like if you beat all of them, you get the unit. I mean, part of you were like, oh, that's kind of cool, but at the same time, don't. I would throw my phone.
Yeah, the whale inside you says that's pretty cool. Like,
Ugh. The whale inside me doesn't like it right now.
I mean, listen, it was definitely much harder to get the original LR Goku than it is this Ultra Goku. That's for
oh
sure.
yeah, 100%.
I mean, 100 Z power, you can at least play him. He's not going to be competitive, but you can at least watch him.
He is competitive, dude. I argue he's
so damn
competitive with
good.
Bardock.
Truth,
Like,
you remember how long it would take on average for the first LR Goku? Like, to get all 70, because they didn't have like boosted medals or anything.
No,
Yeah.
and the thing is, you weren't guaranteed to win every fight either because you had to use the Super Strike character.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That was so difficult.
Brutal.
I remember I talked to Ignat earlier, and he said that he basically played it for I think 17 hours straight to get the LR like right away.
Oof.
And like,
What?
who would do that to themselves?
17.
That's what I did for Kid Goku when he came out in Legends, the Zenkai for Kid
Okay, there's
Goku.
your answer. Garash would do
yeah,
that
you
to
and Ray,
himself.
were playing at like 3 o'clock in the morning in that chat.
Yeah, yeah.
Hop on, man.
Dude, that
DC.
Yeah, I remember I played it with Zilchi for 2 hours, but then I just couldn't anymore. And the only thing that kept both of us sane was the voice chat we had.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're specifically trying to avoid that, is why they split it up into 3 separate parts for this Goku.
That
Right?
heavy grind.
But I think that's okay. And I'm also okay that they exchanged the Z power from PvP for the Goku Z power, because it's something that is not like super abundant anyways, or like it's not that you're getting it like every day. So for some reason, I don't know. I'm okay with that. How do you feel about this?
You get the max amount from top 3K, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good. I got a lot of negative feedback personally from people that are upset that they don't believe they'll be able to make it, you know. And then there's a lot of shenanigans in PvP right now from people just trying to keep their rank. And so I don't know if you all have experienced that trying to record on the
Yeah.
side, but yeah,
That's
I know.
it's a side effect of just giving more incentive for reaching a higher rank, because you're gonna have just people trying to like manipulate it in some way, right?
Well, I mean,
People
what if they
being
just
sus.
decided just to be our 50 instead of top 3K?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, if you don't get the 3,000 from the rank, or the 1,000 from from the top 3,000 rankings, you'll be able to purchase it later from the shop. That's what they made it sound like. So it's not the end of the world.
Just get rare medals.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Y'all got any of the rare medals?
And we don't know what the
Oh,
exchange
man.
rate's going to be for those yet, too. So
All right. So with the update, we also got a new banner to drop, and I heard that Truth, you have a quite unusual take for a whale on that one. So how do you feel about this banner?
Well, I mean, Palm, listen, I can't just be summoned on every banner, right? Like, I gotta skip sometimes. I'm not. Nah. Listen, I'll tell you this. So, like, I've studied a lot of like footage of like Hit and Goku from everyone, and it's like, dude, Hit, phew, that boy looks good. But that Goku, he just seems like he hits like a feather, man. I don't know.
I'll be
'Cause, like,
honest with you.
when Cell comes back, he is like smacking you around.
Yeah.
But that Goku doesn't seem like he does the same thing.
I was disappointed with that Goku because, like, I got him to, like, I think 9 stars in my first video. And I was excited. I'm about to hop in, beat the shit out of people with him. And I'm like, yo, he kind of sucks. I already replaced him for Zenkai LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like, you basically get that free cover change. Because, again, the thing is you look at Cell. But I also think Cell was a mistake. Maybe they realized, yo, Cell's kind of good. We can't do that again. So they kind of nerfed the next unit. Like, that's probably what it is. I mean, the Goku will have utility on pretty much Sun Family and Saiyan teams just for, you know, the Rising Rush bitch. But you can also use other Rising Rush bitches for that to like, you know, get out of that. That's why I'd rather use the Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
I thought I heard bitch, and then I was like, what?
you always gotta have that Rising Rush bitch on your team. Like, there's always that one.
Like PyCon?
Like PyCon,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. The best unit in the game to
best unit in the
sacrifice the Rising Rush.
I do love the
Sacrifice.
banner, by the way. The 7th consecutive banner with the Pride Troopers and
Goku
Bergamo
Black.
and Green Goku Black.
Yeah, don't forget Green Goku Black. I'm sure we can find Red Cell somewhere in here.
Yeah, Red Cell, Chomp.
I will say that I think directly comparing, even though they have the same revival mechanic, I don't think you can directly compare this Goku to the Cell, because Cell is supposed to be an offensive-based unit, and this Goku is supposed to be a defensive style unit that's supposed to be a tank. And if you compare their pre-transformed or pre-revival forms to each other, this Goku can actually survive like a lot of damage, while Cell just gets one combat every time. Like Cell, you don't really care if his first health bar gets popped, but for this Goku, like he can survive like multiple combos and be okay before his revival goes off. So I feel like that's the one difference that this Goku is superior with, whereas with the Cell, I mean, yeah, he can obviously survive Rise and Rush with his first life bar, which is why he's so ridiculous, but this Goku can survive like multiple combos without dying, so I think that's the biggest, win for this Goku. Plus his green card is just so annoying, so.
Yeah, you can make like, a whole Sunken routine with that now. Like, UI Goku...
I have a slight complaint, though.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a slight complaint though. They advertise Hit as a one-shot unit, and he's not. Most of the time it will, but it's not like a guaranteed one-shot. Did they not see that as an issue? Because I remember when they first revealed, like, yeah, charge up is one-shot. I'm like, oh, okay,
They literally said Oko, yeah.
But then they literally said, they said Oko on the tweet too, and I'm like, oh, he's actually a one-shot unit. And like, if you play fighters, Gogeta's a one-shot unit. Like Gogeta gets to level 7 and he kills you full health. Like that's his whole gimmick. So I thought they were going off of that same thing. Like, oh, they gave Hit a one-shot.
So you know what that means, Ryan?
It's not. But it's not. Where's the conversation?
Hey, listen. You know what that means? 300 stones ASAP.
Okay, Kefla.
The funny thing is, I remember I made a video on Hit in the first week, obviously, and I dropped it. And literally in that video, you see him not one shot. Does a lot of damage, and I have gotten one shots with him. But I remember someone was arguing in the comments like he's a one shot unit. He literally one shots. I'm like, you literally commented in the video where he literally did not one shot. I don't think you know what literally means.
I think the issue is that though, with fighters, is that Gogeta, he needs to get like the 7 bars right with his little ability or whatever. If Hit had a build up like that, then I think he should get the one shot ability. But since he doesn't, I think it is actually pretty balanced that he can't really just one shot just off the blue card like that.
Well,
right?
no, I'm not saying it's not balanced. I'm just saying that their messaging was kind of misleading.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I wouldn't mind something like that where it's like, if you remember how the original purple Goku, he would build up the Spirit Bomb after he used
green card.
I wouldn't mind if they do something like that at some point where it's like, pop a green card 3 times, and if you do your ultimate or your blue card, you get the kill. That'd be kind of dope.
Yeah,
they could have gone the Omega route, and they could have had like if you have 7 Dragon Balls and you use your ultimate, it's a one shot. They could have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
I've done something cool with that kind of stuff.
Goresh would find some use for Deborah again.
Zenkai Deborah, come on.
There's a lot of use for Deborah already, but he doesn't need anymore. So.
Yeah, Zenkai
Deborah OP.
Someone in chat says Gogeta Blue excels in both offense and defense.
Oh, we call that winning. Yeah, so on that banner, the first new unit is I think people dubbed him Slapku or Reviveku or whatever.
Clapku.
Clap,
yeah. He claps.
He claps.
Clapku is pretty good. I like Dead.
Yeah, Brad, how do you feel about him?
I don't have him. I did like 6K and I got like absolutely nothing, and I was like, bro, I'm not. I got like 4 lavenders and he's already like 10 stars, and I was like, never mind, I'm good, thanks. I have a 9-star Vegito Blue and a Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Like, I don't need this Goku at all, but I kind of wish I'd gotten Hit, to be honest. So let's see, I'll go through him roughly a little bit, just because I didn't actually look at him until we started doing this. Details: recovers ki. I mean, he's a decent utility, though, right? Like, he still does have the sack off, right?
He does, yeah, the revive.
Yeah.
You cannot lower it as well. It's like just like Cell.
Both defenses for Saiyans is actually huge, aside from having an LF and then whatever else. That's actually a pretty big Z ability. Again, he just kind of feels like a unit that, like, I kind of agree with what True said, where it's like, there's some you just gotta skip. It's like, Vegito Blue's still holding the spot just fine on God Key, so
I mean, Goresh's UI Goku, Blue Goku, Vados team did look pretty fun.
I would imagine it's pretty nasty, but that's probably not Goku.
Vados is so good because if for instance, let's just say like you revive with this Goku, he revives to 50% health, but then Vados can heal him back up. So,
that's not bad actually. Yeah.
And Vados can lower his sub count, so you can always cover with him.
Yeah, and then also passively heal him as you switch out.
The only thing is they compete for green cards a little bit, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Because Vados, she has that like amazing just green card, right? Where it reduces sub count, reduces your enemy key, just all that good stuff.
Yep, but with the Goku, you basically get a guaranteed combo when dodging a strike. So it's kind of a situational thing, I guess.
Yeah, I think the argument to make here too is this Goku gonna replace the Zenkai Super Saiyan Blue Goku? And I really just don't think so.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Dude,
I think he's gonna be forgotten over the next like couple months. Whereas again, looking at someone like Cell's gonna be a staple for a very long time to come. And again, if you have a lot of Saiyans, you have a lot of utility in other cards that can basically replace. Like again, I replaced the Goku with LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like this Goku is a unit that is just designed to be on a setup for the God Ki team that's not the same as that other blue Zenkai Goku, because he's more offensively based. This Goku is just a tank, a wall. I think he actually works better with Vados than the other blue Goku does, but all we need is like one super tanky defensive God Ki unit to come out, and then I think you can run those three as a team, and you're going to be just super annoying, right?
Do we think it's color that messes
unkillable.
Goku up? Him being blue?
I
So
mean,
I
obviously we would prefer him to be
like-
red, right? Everyone was hoping he was going to be
every-
red.
that's all-
The only thing he's a good unit. It's a cool idea, but yeah. But then if you Red Sun family, we just got that Super Saiyan Goku, so I guess I didn't. I don't know. Who knows?
All I know is it's the hit banner, and hit is just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Everything about hit is great. I mean, outside the low defense, which is like basically we can always assume it's gonna be a thing for every single hit that comes out. It's like he restores Vanish by doing his blue card. He can one shot if you do it correctly. And even like if the cover changes to a yellow unit, you can still expect the damage to take away half the health at least if you do a blue card. Like he fucking great, fantastic. Gets free green cards too.
Yep. With the card draw speed along. That's the only thing. I wish he had just the card draw speed like built in, because the yellow hit over time he just gets the card draw speed, right?
I don't remember. It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
after like 15 or 20 counts, I think.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
wish he just had
permanent
that instead of having to use the green card for the card draw speed.
Mhm.
But maybe he wouldn't be too broken at that point. I don't know.
I guess they
Yeah.
noticed how important card draw speed is after Gogeta came out.
Really wish they gave this hit powerful opponent tag. I know they've been getting a lot of purple
That-
love lately.
That confused me. Why did he not get it? Because he was definitely. Because is yellow hit a powerful opponent?
Yeah, but he
Go.
was like he was the final boss of that like Universe 6 tournament, whereas this hit was just a filler unit. For,
He
like, the
killed
filler character.
Goku.
I know. I agree with you. I think he should be in powerful opponent. I don't know why they didn't. I'm just saying maybe that's why they didn't do it.
Probably balance.
This man
makes
literally
no
got hired
sense.
to assassinate Goku and finished the job and didn't get the powerful opponent.
Yeah, he's the first character to just do that.
They just wanted to keep Rose on there. Oh wait, there's DKP. Oops.
Yeah.
I don't want him to get that specific with stuff. Like, no matter what, he hit from 20 years ago be powerful opponent. If hit from today be powerful opponent. It's like that's weird. Like, imagine Sin. Is Sin powerful opponent or is this Omega?
Yeah, Sin is I think on it. Yeah.
They give
gotta
the Sin
be
and
a
Omega, but
balanced
not
thing.
this hit. All right, yeah.
Well, I see,
Yeah.
like, Goresh is onto something. Like, there's no minions on powerful opponent, right? Like, it's like from the Saiyan saga, like, Vegeta's on there, but, like, Nappa and Raditz are not, right? So, I think the fact, because the other thing that's weird is they gave it technically to the future Trunks arc, which I thought it was going to be anime original myself, right? So, like, if they're considering him in the Trunks arc, you know, the powerful opponent in there is either Goku Black or, you know, Mercy
That's
Monster.
probably why then.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
It feels like they're just going out of their way to make him not powerful opponent, though.
it was a Dokkan.
Yeah,
moment. Let's
yeah.
just say that. Yeah, just for no reason, let's just be weird here.
Like I would say that
But
is like
Legends-
my one complaint about him too is like he's kind of limited with the teams he can run. I mean, at this point, what you want to run him on is going to be like a combination of Vados, Hit, maybe Champa, or you know put the like Jiren, Dispo. I don't know what the fuck forgot his name. Dispo and Topo.
Discount
Yeah.
Beerus, yeah.
Bro, what happened to Gresh's
Goresh's
camera?
camera is a little bit
Yeah.
milky.
Sorry, it's raining over here.
It's about
The other thing too, remember LF Vegeta didn't start out on Future and then they added him later? By the way, could you imagine
Oh,
what
yeah.
Future looked like without any of the Goku Vegetos? Like, that would be crazy. But yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe he could get added later. We'll see.
Well, I did like his Z ability, how it's just rival universe, and they also made him viable for PPR.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
I think that was kind of fun because the other hits they kind of came and left, right? And the yellow one, if you're taking him on your team, you're pretty much going to run him. Otherwise, it's just kind of wasted bench. I like that he's you can slot him on rival universe whether you want to run them or not, and you're not just stuck to the dogs now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his only team is Rival Universe. I tried building a PPR team for him. It does not work. There's no iteration of that team that will work. No.
Rip.
It's too bad.
Yeah. I definitely agree because Rival Universe, when I use him with Vados and Topo, like that is chef's kiss right there. Like that is insanely good. Like I'm not because
Yep.
Topo is just already good, right? It just that rival universe setup feels really good.
Yeah, I literally grinded to rank 1 with that team. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I thought that was baby.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't want to. He wants to have some fun, and with Baby, it's too easy,
All those hidden uniques, right?
dude.
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost like the Dragon Ball Saga team all over again. Do you remember that one? Oh my god. Yeah, so for me, I don't know. I only played this hit in co-op, and I have to say he made the co-op incredibly easy because he basically takes no damage. And yeah, I don't know. For PvP, I still play my region team. I haven't really tried them out yet. So what do you say like his best equips are? Because I think that Rival Universe is kind of limited, right? Especially since he doesn't have PO.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
I'll
the
look at my game real quick.
7 item. That's kind of like a staple for the rival universe.
He was pretty limited actually, if I remember correctly. Because I know I had to like grind. I had to like get a couple new ones for him.
I think there's the awakened
Yeah.
Kaba.
Yeah, okay, so the 3 equips that I'm using on him are that Awaken Kaba one. I'm using the other Kaba one, which is called Going Full Out, which is a Rival Universe specific equip, which is pure strike per Rival Universe battle member. And then I'm using this one, which is Crush Them, which is the King Furry,
Oh yeah,
just
the
for
purple
purple
one.
units.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that
I got
one.
I got this Kaioken on him because he has
yeah, that's a
two
good one
strike.
too. That's a good one too, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
think
all
that,
saw it,
that
Ryan.
cafe we need to, that's in the Z Metal shop, right? You can get there.
Yeah, I think that was a PvP reward.
Also, I put on This Is Goodbye, which is the newer one, but I don't know how useful having a higher base critical actually is, especially with some.
Oh,
of
is that the new PvP one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Because I got base critical to 18%, but it's like he's already going to get criticals anyway. So I don't know if I really even like this.
Well, keep in mind because his green card makes his crit damage go up, so the more crits you get, it's just going to be like way better, right?
I think it's a good equip.
Yeah, me too. I think it's fine.
I need to get a good one from that. I need to play more PvP again.
Legends definitely does a good job with hit. This is the second time now they've done this, right? Where he's just really fun. So,
Yeah, exactly.
and he's so swaggy too. Like,
Also, look
that's
how
the other
good
thing.
his ultimate looks.
He's going to
He's
age
saucy.
really well. He's going to age really well too. Because even the yellow hit is still very usable today. The only hit that ever wasn't good was the red one.
We
And
don't
that was
like
like
that
one of the
Wait,
most
wait,
that was one of the most
wait,
disappointed
him-
EX units of all
Oh,
time.
the
Because back
EX
then,
one.
yeah, back then is when they were dropping EX units, and every time they had a new one, you'd be like, oh, this is gonna be the broke one to go after. And so I remember he came out, and we were just like, but why?
That was back when Vegito Blue was in every match, so it was important that they released like
Yeah,
5
yeah,
units
yeah.
per banner. Yeah.
Does this hit have nullification of endurance?
Yeah, he does.
he does.
It's like Demon King Piccolo. Yeah, and the old hit
So
too.
like the old hit, yeah. That's what I was wondering because he already had it, so it would be kind of weird if they took that gimmick away from him. And I love that.
Yes.
Like I play Regen and DKP, people just forget about it and they just throw like Future Gohan into the Rising Rush, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you anyways.
exactly. It's like, and do what?
Yeah.
Well, you can't kill that new Goku.
That's true.
Yeah.
Same
I'm
as
just waiting for
that.
them to start introducing abilities that actually counter the revival mechanic.
The like
It's
cells
gonna happen.
revival. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Garesh mentioned that last week, and I kind of agree with him. That's like, they're constantly one-upping themselves, and I think this was going to be kind of, the revivals will seem to be absolute, right? You can always count on Goku and Cell coming back.
Yeah. So but the thing is that what makes Cell more valuable than Goku, I think, is just that he comes back at full HP and Goku comes
Yeah.
back at 50%. So I think for Goku,
mean-
I would still rush his first life bar rather than the second, just because you still take out more HP if he is full HP. He still has the vanish, so you might still want to rush a different character, but you just kind of eliminate more that you need to do than the 50% when he comes back. Alrighty. So one more thing that came obviously with the big update, and that was one thing that we were already announced, was the new Tournament of Power mode. And I have to say, I am enjoying that quite a lot. I mean, a lot of people were complaining about it. At first, we wait 5 hours for a new TP, and then we wait 11. And the one thing I think is that the maintenance was so delayed. I think we came 6.5 hours after reset. The game went live, and I think at reset the time started counting down. So I think it was always 11 hours. It's just we came live when it was already just 5.5 left. And for
Yeah.
me, I think it's kind of special when you only have one in every 11 hours. You need to strategize and think about, okay, I got to make this one count. So where do I go? Do I heal? Do I get points? At first, I was like in the top 50 every move. And at one point, I started dropping because I healed. And now I went to the team reform space to swap in the characters because I finally pulled like the SSB Goku and hit. But yeah, we'll see in the long game how that plays out. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I'm a dumbass.
Or
So I was gonna say I'm a dumbass. So I kind of wish we had like a practice mode first, and I think this is a lot of people agree.
Yeah.
Because I definitely went into this shit without having backup units. I didn't even know what the fuck that was.
Oops.
So yeah, I've been basically surviving without those, and I already have DKP who died for me. So I'm like, basically, we'll see how long I can go. But I like the mode because it's not one of those things that you're forced to just play. Because like, think about it, PvP. If you want to like really take PvP serious, you have to play it a lot. And if they were to drop another mode that was like just as like demanding as PvP, over time it will get very, very redundant, and you want to play the game less and less. So just be limited to like basically once or twice per day. I think it's a good thing because it's like
Not stressful.
it's less like demanding, yeah.
No
But
work.
I wish that we did have a way so we can just like play it, whether it be maybe like a friend battle type of thing or like a bot thing, because it kind of will teach you how to play the game better and kind of understand what to do. I mean, at this point, I know what I'm doing, but again, like I kind of just want to play, and you can't. You pretty much can't until the timer counts down.
I think it's weird because they have a tutorial mode for the actual like regular gameplay, but there's no tutorial mode for this game or this mode, I guess. And so like I entered the tournament of power. I had no equips on. I had like one special unit on my team, and I was like, all right, I was gonna throw 18 and Gohan on my backup because they're like the best units. And then I just like went in and I was getting like no points for wins because like I had no boost units on there. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I like I was like beelining towards like the one where you can change your team. And so I finally today just got there and I changed my team.
I mean,
wait, so you can't change your team? How you do that?
Yeah, on the yellow.
There's a
yellow,
spot that you can land on unless you change your team.
nodes. It's called Team Reform Space.
Oh, I see it.
So
dude.
that's the thing, right? Because I decided I want to make an early guide about this. So I decided to not be a Dragon Ball fan and actually read all of the stuff that was there.
Whoa! And you know,
dude, it helped.
I'm mad because I literally just did this before we started playing, and I walked past it. I could have done it.
Shit. No way. Yeah, so I read it. The only thing I didn't know is you can actually swap out Shallot because Shallot was there because the board cannot be empty. So they put Shallot up there. And I didn't know that I couldn't swap out Shallot for a different character that, that's a boost character. And only today I also finally swapped out Krilly Billy because he's a boost character, but he doesn't really have an ability for TOP.
He has 0
In
TOP abilities.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
So he
in
just gives you more
development.
points.
Awesome.
But yeah, now I finally have like a fully fledged bonus team, and I'm coming back. I hope, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's like my biggest like gripe with this game mode too. Is like I know how like Rhyme said that you don't feel like really forced to do it, but I feel like a tweaker, dude. Like I do my one space, and then I'm like, dude, when am I gonna get my another space? Like I want to go ahead and just
Are you
I want to
twitching
keep playing.
and itching?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I really, really enjoy the energy system. I didn't think I was going to, but the fact that I can pretty much miss a day and come back, and it's like no stress, just take care of it when you get a chance. I really enjoy that. Yeah, I just want a dummy mode where I can go and throw my units in and see what happens. Because like all of y'all were saying, I was blindsided. I had my chat kind of telling me not to do stuff, but
I just like the team building aspect of it. It's just this extra little fun thing to do. It's not the main concept, main core of it. The one thing that is kind of like going to be annoying is like keeping up with everything. Because at this point we played the game long enough to kind of know what every card does, or somewhat have an idea, And it's like every card has basically a new ability that we have to also keep track of. And even as I was summoning on Hit and Goku, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot these also can be usable in this mode as well.
Yeah.
But again, it's just one of those things that's supposed to be played passively in the background, not like a big focus. And just because of that, I like that. Because again, if you have to deal with playing PvP nonstop and playing this nonstop, I mean, that's way too much.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is also the fact that you have those Tournament of Power passive abilities or unique abilities, where you also have to kind of take into consideration where you place them on the board. Because I think that's kind of also what Azteek is doing, like this tweaking, where I feel like the team setup is the actual gameplay, because I mean there's no gameplay.
Yeah, it is. The whole gameplay, the whole mode is supposed to be about team building and strategizing. I think because keep in mind, remember there's different leagues for this. So right now we're all in the lowest league because it's the first season. I think once we start getting to those tougher leagues where it's like every single match isn't an auto win, that's when we're going to start to see, where the strategy comes into play. Because right now you can pretty much do whatever you want, you're going to win. But once we
what
get to those
happens
harder
if it
stages, because right now you can only fight the stages with 2 fists, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't go higher
Yeah.
than that. Like that's the hardest difficulty. Like what happens when you get to a stage that has like 5 fists on it? Like are you just going to instantly die, and that's going to
just
matter
get
when
rolled.
where you put your units on there? Like maybe that's where the mode becomes more fun. I wish that in this first preseason they let us experiment with different fights. Like let us actually fight those like super hard ones and see how people do, and then we'll give feedback about that. But instead it's just like this one I think it's like the C League or whatever we're in right now. So
Yeah.
So has anyone actually lost a fight so far? Because I don't know what happens when that.
Yeah, I did. Forget pushed you back. I was actually
many
making a
levels?
video talking about it, and like, I was like, I should just go the easy one because I had like no HP. Like 3 of my dudes were dead, and I was like, I'll get the heal spot, and then I died, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna get pushed back and just lose points. It's good.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
can
push
when
you
you
back
push
2
back,
Get
spots.
pushed back.
2
Oh, okay.
spots. Okay.
Yeah, so like how you just hit that first boss whenever you showed your screen there, Rhyme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 2 back from that.
So,
So do
do
your
you just
characters
rebuild
revive?
a new, like, do you do a new team, or like, what do you
No,
do?
it just keeps your same team. You literally just get pushed back, and then you just keep
Do you
going
get-
as if you didn't.
Do you get full health?
I think it did give me a full heal, yeah.
Okay, so everybody revived also
Okay.
who was dead.
Yeah, because I haven't hit another healing square, and I'm still like, I only have 1 person dead at the moment.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish they would have made it so like when you die, that's it. If you die, you die. Like,
Out.
yeah, because
Yeah,
I
I mean, it
wonder
might
like, how
change it to them,
far how far people would go as far as
Yeah.
will they make it to the very end, and how many people are gonna be left at the end. That would be
How
kind
much
of cool
can
to
you
see.
risk?
what if they made it infinite, and it was just whoever got the farthest was like the best and like got the highest rank?
Yeah, I think I would have much more enjoyed the idea if there was no energy and you just kind of took a crack at it, and it wasn't about how many repetitions you made of it. It was the highest score you got throughout the whole
Yeah.
tournament of power was the most important.
Yeah. So like it wasn't even about I guess like because right now the limiting factor is just like there's energy, right? That's one, and the second limiting factor is that there's an end, right? There's a final boss to the stage we're in. They could remove the limiting factor of there being a final boss and just have you go until you lose, because you eventually would lose, right? You can't go forever. It's just
Yeah,
not
at one
possible.
point they can just have
So-
less healing spots or no team reform
Yeah,
space anymore,
yeah.
and then at one point you just peter out. Yeah.
I saw someone mention remove boost units. So, how important are boost units to this? Like, is this something you want to do, or like
Yeah, you have to
you-
use them.
Yeah.
For the score, it's
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if like, is it a lot of boost units at least? Because like the only concern that comes to mind first is like it's gonna
It
limit
doesn't
which
make
team you
sense.
want to run.
I think you can bring 8 characters, including the backup, and there's like maybe 10 to 12 boost units.
Yeah, my whole team is boost units.
See, it just limits it too much. I don't know if I like
Yeah.
that.
I
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have Rival Universe. You have
It's just
the dot key, I
It
think.
should
or
be a
like
tag.
Rival Universe. You have and like the new units. You know, the Ultra Goku,
Yeah, they
Super
just
Saiyan Blue.
added the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I feel like
And
if they're gonna do
Krillin.
boost units, they should just have it focused on a tag then instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they added
definitely.
Krillin for D3.
Yeah.
It's like, cause
I
like
think
he's
the
like,
most
why is he
stressful-
there? He doesn't fit with anyone. But
Because he just got his
Well, he's
Zenkai,
not
that's why.
he's-
Play Zenkai. I'm sure that's gonna get rotated with the whatever the new EX is.
Yeah, but I think the most stressful thing about this game mode is that for getting into the top 6K, you do get the 1,000 crystals, right? And so for a free-to-play player, that's obviously like that's gold, right? That's something that you see and you're like, I need to do this. Like I need to learn how to play this game mode. I need to learn how to be successful at this game mode. And so the boost units, like how Ryan was saying, that it can be a little bit stressful, especially if you don't have like a lot of those boost units. You're probably scared that you're not going to get the best score you can or get the highest ranking, right?
Well, the reason why I was asking about how important boost units are is I don't have a single one on my team, and I'm in like I think right now I'm like top 200 or something like that. So that's why it's like, is it important to have? Yeah, is it important to have boost units like that? Would I be top 10 if I had boost units? Like if I'm that high right now?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would say so. Because I mean,
No, I think I'm just a bot.
I didn't use. I think I used Shallot quite a few times, and I think that's what cost me quite a few points as well, just because he's not a boost unit.
Mhm.
And at one point,
Well,
also-
stars also matter, right? Too. Like they also matter. Like stars heavily like affect like everything else too, right?
could be. I don't know. I guess it's also how little health you lose probably affect.
Also, I don't even have any equipment on my stuff either, and I'm
Same.
that high.
What?
Yeah, you got to land on the team changing space to be able to put equipment on. That's what I
I
just
didn't even
did
buy
today.
equipment. I didn't know about it.
You have to go to rare metal shop. I started
know.
the event without having any equipment. I didn't even realize there was equipment for
I
it. Yeah.
saw that and I'm like, I'm not getting equipment for this. I'm not having. Because I think
I don't have
you
the
mentioned
space.
that on Twitter. Having
Yeah.
equipment space for equipment and then this is bullshit. Like, give
Yeah,
us
they should have
full
a separate
space.
box. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
You can limit it to, I don't know, 30 or 40 at the beginning because we don't need that many.
How about for the people that are here while the patch is live, they've been playing since X date, just give us 50 to 100 extra slots.
True.
I mean, it'd be a complete wash. If you don't care about the mode, the more power to you. If you do care about the mode, you want to get the item, it doesn't impact you at all. Like, that's all I want. Just give us some item slots.
Yo,
That's the thing.
speaking of equipment though, I do want to take a second to say by far the best part of this update is the auto selling feature.
Oh yes.
It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. There's just one more thing I want to touch on before, and that is the new co-op mode. And I intentionally picked you, Prof, to talk about this because I'm curious if that co-op mode actually got you to play it, because I remember you said in previous podcasts, like, okay, if it's wicked hard and you need to really strategize and all that, you might want to have a crack at it. So did that do the trick, or still don't like it?
Yes and no. Well, for the first couple times I did it, everybody was hyping up how difficult it was, so I was like, "Ooh, let's go check this out." Yes, it's difficult, but it's difficult in the wrong way, because it's not quite the original Frieza 51 event where you trip and you're done, but after the second break bar, Frieza can just pretty much annihilate you, and it's just over before you can do anything. Called Rush can doom an entire run just out of your control, right? But it was fun to do. You actually had to sit and think about co-op cover change for the first time in the game's existence.
Not just click power. What?
Yeah, I know, right? You don't just put all, because you usually just sit on the couch and you make sure all your cards are clicked and then you keep watching your show, right? Now you're actually paying attention. The thing I don't like is if they're requiring it 3 times a day. It is really, if you're into it, it's kind of fun, but it's not fun on the 3rd run. And so especially because this is going to be going, you guys can correct me, I think like the 14th of next month or something like that. And this is going to be going on for a minute. And this is going to be doing the same 3 co-op fights every single day. So
21st of April, so that's another good 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Sounds like a good time.
yeah.
I think there's 2 issues I have with it. Number one, since people DC so often in co-op, this being such a longer stage increases the chances of you DCing in the middle of the fight because it's going on for a longer period of time, right? So the only times I've played this extreme stage of co-op and I've gotten to I gotten Frieza down to below 10 health bars, then my buddy DC'd. It's so frustrating. So that's number one. Number two, I feel like the whole boost unit thing is kind of annoying in this because of the fact that it's almost impossible not to beat this with at least one person having a boost unit. So I feel like they should have probably just not had that in general. I realize why they did it, because they want people to summon for the new units, which are both the boost units. I feel like this is a good structure to have for co-op. Have it be very difficult, but don't limit the amount of units you can bring in here that would actually be able to beat it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, when it comes down to co-op, there's always one issue that they had with it since day one, and that is it's not fun to play randoms at all. Or nanogenics. I kind of got tossed under the bus. Either way, for context, I was playing with Nano the other day, and this motherfucker did not cover change one single time with me. And you probably think he brought a glass kit. No, he had a new Goku. He had a new Goku that's built to die and come back to life. He just would not cover change a single time, and I just died. But no, when it comes down to co-op, if you're playing with a friend, it is pretty enjoyable, and I think the challenging factor can make it pretty fun for this. So it's hop in, hey, go ahead, try to do some runs. We're gonna have a good time. But if you hop in that random match and you get that rando that's not really helping you, and then they end up leaving, that's very frustrating. It could be annoying.
They just watch
something
you die.
I want to point out. Yeah, something I think they should remove if they're gonna have extreme, and this might be kind of controversial. If they're gonna keep this extreme difficulty co-op thing, they should remove the ability for the boss to call your Rising Rush, because if your first Rising Rush, or I should say the double Rising Rush gets called, you might as well just back out. You're not gonna win, because by the time that second burst happens, you just die. So it's they shouldn't be able to call your Rising Rush. I mean, even if they make it where it's guaranteed, I think it'll still be fine and still be challenging, still be kind of fun to do. But yeah, playing randoms for co-op is just not enjoyable at all. Maybe they should add like a rank system where it's like the more you play, the more you rank up or match up with people that actually play. Because like even now, sometimes I always get matched up with something. And obviously, I don't accept it. I'll disband. I get matched up with someone that has like not even soul boosts. It's like, bro, why? Like, what are you doing?
191%, and it's like, bro,
Yeah,
just click
Yeah,
auto.
what are you doing?
Yeah, I think the best units
Dude.
outside of the boost units for this one are Blue Super Saiyan, Blue Zenkai 7 Goku, like because his green card heals. So and he can also take an ult at least at full HP. So I did it with 2 of those with some people before I pulled on the banner, and I tried it with Green Transforming Rose, but keep in mind minus 14 stars. He's been on all the banners, so he kind of works again for the same reason, is that his green card just heals. You know, and you need that at one point because you're not like Hit who doesn't take any damage from Frieza. So you definitely need to heal back. And again, you need to think about cover changing.
Yep.
Well,
Dude, I can't
the
even play
damage doesn't
co-op.
really matter until like the second burst anyway. So it's like if you're taking an ult with Goku at full health, are you talking about after the second burst?
Either way, I guess.
Well, because he gets stronger as you play, so it's like by the time the second burst happens, anything he does will kill you. In the beginning, it doesn't.
No, Super Saiyan Blue Goku took an ult after the second burst, and he left.
Oh, okay.
But at full HP.
Okay. you probably left like nothing then, right?
Yeah, it's like a sliver, and you just need a green card when you're there. Sorry, Asdik, you wanted to say something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that, dude. Like sometimes, like I can't even play co-op. Like I have a 2-star hit, right? So I immediately load up with a buddy, and they immediately just disband against me. I have to play this with a friend because no one wants to play with co-op with me, man.
Yeah, that's just you though.
Yeah.
It's what it is. Truth,
You
you
guys
playing
feel-
that at all?
No, I haven't even jumped into it at all. It's like I've devolved into Mr. PvP. Like I jump into PvP and it's like whatever.
You're like the fish hunter.
yeah, yeah. That's why I love Ultra Goku, man. I love fighting him right now.
Until
Well,
he's
don't
full.
forget,
Yeah, when he's 0-star.
Don't forget though, you get Z power though for him in co-op, which is why everyone's playing it.
Yeah, I'm doing the 3
Yeah.
dailies now. I haven't touched co-op, I think, for 3 weeks before that new mode dropped. Because I'm
You
like,
could just say screw co-op right now though, and just save your rare medals when they put his Z power in the shop if you really want to.
I haven't played co-op in I want to say maybe 6 months. I honestly I forgot that it was even a thing.
I felt
That's
so
how
relieved.
bad it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt so relieved. Like it feels like a chore, you know? It's like, oh crap, I need to do my 3 dailies. I don't want to.
Haven't even done
Yeah.
that. I wasn't even
Yeah.
doing that because again, playing with randoms is just not fun at all. It's just incredibly stale. Playing with a friend, great, awesome. Want to do a quick 3 dailies, but even that would get boring over time, like or get too tedious. But at least with this, you're getting something that's kind of rewarding, which is a Z power.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw that with the raids, right? If they up, because raids is just glorified co-op. If they up the rewards, people will play it, and all of a sudden they like it. You know, I guess it's also about having some units that just walk through the boss and make it easy. Because in raids, you know, it's always the new LF, then you get the raid. If you have the new LF, you take like what 20 counts, he's dead.
I saw someone in chat ask about the load time, saying that like people just disconnect when they see how long it's taken. But I mean, they said in the news that they're aware of it and they're looking into it, right? So
Yeah, it's definitely a problem because like I don't know what's going on with it, but I know a lot of times in PvP when you're loading in, it'll load like it'll be like a snail inching along, then all of a sudden it'll just immediately fill
It'll
up all the
jump.
way.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
I don't
also-
know. It's just some problem with it. Obviously, they're looking into it.
So maybe you guys know this, like Goresh and Rhyme. Like, what influences the loading time in PvP the most? Is it your connection or is it the phone you have? Because I noticed
Connection.
mine usually goes up pretty quickly, and then sometimes mine is full when others haven't even started moving.
It's connection. I think it's
Yeah,
connection.
it's all connection.
Okay. Dragon Ball.
But they obviously
Legends.
they messed something up because like the whole point of I guess what causes lag and what causes stress is all the different data you have to download. And I wonder if the new Goku adds more stress to them because it's more resources and assets that the game has to download. But for example, I'm sure just having those intros are going to make PvP lag so much more.
So, okay, this is interesting that you say this because for Dokkan, the anniversary LRs they had so many assets that the game actually, like, a lot of people's phones couldn't even, like, literally like you would go to start the super attack and it would pause for like 2-3 seconds before it would play, like because like people's phones and stuff were having trouble like actually running the UI Goku and Vegeta. So that could be something for sure.
I want to say something because I know something that was done in the past that influenced how something came out, but I don't know if I can say it.
Oh man, Mr.
No,
Secret here.
it's a cool little fun fact. It's a cool little fun
Classified info.
fact. But it's classified info. Like I don't know if I'm allowed to say something like this, but it's like, I will say this.
If
The
you're
unsure,
phone, you should probably just not say it.
Yeah, the average phone that exists out there does hold the game back. Like, Grish, I'll deal with what I'm talking about. But
No, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, there was one thing that they wanted to do with a specific card, but they literally couldn't because if they released it, it would have like 20% of the player base just wouldn't be able to play the game anymore.
Yeah.
So? I feel like basically what I'm trying to say is as Legends ages, it's going to get better because more people will be upgrading and getting more newer
Better
phones.
yeah.
Yeah, but right now the phones that exist on the average is kind of holding the game back.
Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to that too, because like take a look at Pokemon Go, what they did with their update, right? I don't remember how long ago this update was, but basically they just said to a lot of their player base, we're not going to be supporting these devices anymore. So if you're using a device like this, then you just can't play anymore, right? So that's a downside, obviously. I don't know if Legends wants to do that anytime soon, but eventually it's going to have to happen as they move forward. So.
Also, Goresh, I DM'd you the thing if this is the same thing you're thinking about.
Dokkan has discontinued use on a couple of devices.
Sorry, come again.
And I'm upset because that one thing would have been so cool.
Rip. I know.
But yeah, seeing as we're already talking about a little bit about the update, I wanted to keep this topic for last, and I know Rhyme, you had a very specific opinion about it. So I wanted to keep that update 3.0 as a whole. What do you think about that? Because I know that you were a little upset when people were just looking at the negatives. So have at it.
I think it's solid for what it is. I mean, I think with any update that comes out in the game, people always will look at that one bad thing that they don't like and just ignore everything else that comes out. It's always been a plague that we've seen in the game. And I know it's always a loud minority, like it's not majority of player base, but like I think for what they did with this update was cool. We got Ultras, which I was kind of iffy about at first, but the way they did Goku was fantastic. We got a couple of QL updates that made the game a lot better. Obviously, there's a couple bugs involved as well with the load times, but they are looking at that. It's not like part of the 3.0 update. And then, of course, we got a new mode, which, it is bare bones right now. But again, knowing how Legends does their stuff, it improves over time. So, like, I want to see where the TOP mode is going to go over the course of the next couple of months. Like, how much more fun is going to get, what kind of rewards we're going to get with it. Like, I think for what the 3.0 update was, it is in the right direction.
I don't think the loading, the negatives, I don't think they're really that big of a deal because the devs obviously care a lot, right? And they actually listen to a lot of the feedback. And there's another mobile game that doesn't really do that too often. So you could obviously see Legends, it's an issue, and the next day they're like, oh yeah, our bad, we're looking into it, right? That's a good thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of issues with connection, I feel like, too, because, it's not just the loading screen, which I think has obviously something to do with connection, but it's also the, in PvP, I've noticed this season specifically, a lot of matches, I would say 40% of my matches are just disconnecting in the middle of them, which is not normal.
Speaking of that, too, also want to add on, they really got to look at the whole equipment thing, where if you have full equipment attached, you don't find matches. So, and I think they actually looked into it. They literally can't reproduce the bug, which it's a bug. They can't reproduce the bug, which to those who don't know, when it comes down to fixing issues in any game, basically you gotta find the steps to reproduce the bug. For example, if I hop in right now, I'm not gonna get a match. But if you do it on your phone, you might get a match. And I'm sure you guys have all seen a situation where you'll tweet out that I'm not finding matches. You'll always get that one person saying, I got no problem. And that's the big thing when it comes out of bug hunting. You got to be able to reproduce the bug so you can fix it. Yep. So I think they don't know how to deal with that yet. And once they do, you can take steps to fix it. But that's something else that's kind of tossed out there.
So that's something I've experienced that a lot when trying to do friend matches. Me and Nano have tried a couple times to record videos and we just couldn't, because we couldn't it would just go to the loading screen and then it would just it would that's
the worst.
That's been around since day one.
Yep.
Surprisingly, I haven't gotten that issue in so long, but I remember in year 1 and year 2, I would nonstop get that issue, which is why I couldn't even do friend videos for the longest. But now I never get that issue. But now you're getting it. So it's again, reproducing bugs is the key to fixing them. And a lot of times you just literally can't.
Yeah, because you need to know the person's phone model, their router, their internet connection, the other person as well, and it's sometimes really just between two people. Sometimes it changes even if I open the lobby, it doesn't work. If you open the lobby, it works.
Yeah.
And then there's like the classic take off one equip of one of your characters, all of a sudden, boom, you can play. It's like,
But sometimes
okay.
it happens in regular PvP queue as well. Like I have that video where it's like an hour and a half of me sitting there doing nothing, and it's in PvP queue.
And
That's
this might be some information that we can also slide them along. I only experience the equipment issue when I'm recording, which is around now. This is usually a time of day when I'm recording my videos. But when I'm sitting down at night, like let's say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm just sitting on my couch. I'm like, let's play some PvP. I never run into that issue. So there could be an issue in regards to like the time of day as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people are watching Netflix or I don't know, using the internet in some way. It makes it slower. But it's like, what time is it for you right now? Like 3,
right now
5?
it's 1 o'clock for me, but that makes sense because if peak times does affect it, and they, Japan wakes up essentially when it doesn't affect me, maybe that's why they're not be able to reproduce the bug. Could be some information to send their way and let them know, like, yo, this might be a factor to think about.
Yeah, I mean Zilchi pretty much stopped playing Legends just because he had no way of connecting to anybody. Even after being in contact with the support, they couldn't do anything for him, except don't use Zenkais, which is like, but I paid for those.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, and that's pretty much the meta at this point. It's future units, and even then, they got their own Zenkais. Like, shoot yourself in the foot, have fun.
Yeah.
I still hate Zenkai, so I never almost ever use them except for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Oh, Ryuden is.
I'm sorry, Zenkais are
Right
fucking
now.
boring. I've said this in my video the other day. They're just boring. Like, I get we had that moment in Legends. I forgot to remember this, where they were releasing banners every single week to the point it became a meme. It's like, here we go again, another fucking banner. And then like, yeah, we got you loud and clear, but let's fix it. And then they replaced that banner by having Zenkai. It's like, all right, cool. I guess I'll see you guys next week. Every time they announce to use Zenkai, I just skip it. Unless it's something I care about. Like for example, they were the Zenkai, obviously beer, so like someone like Cooler, I'll do those just because I like those cards and I like those teams. But like in general, I see Zenkai's pop, I'm like, all right, I guess I'll see you guys next week. I'm not playing the game this week. Like, boring.
Wow.
Yeah. What if we get dual Zenkai banners in the future?
I mean, we've already gotten
Had
those.
those.
Remember when we had
Cell?
Gohan and Cell released at the
Boring.
same time? We had multiple free-to-play Zenkais released at the same time with multiple with summonable ones. Like they've done it before. They won't stop doing it.
I do like how they're more balanced right now, and I think like the word Zenkai pops up, we all get PTSD and automatically don't like the game because we think about
18 and
2
Gohan.
units. Exactly. And like those units were so busted, and even they acknowledged like, yeah, we probably shouldn't have done that, to the point where it tainted the word Zenkai forever. But even then, it's like, Zenkai's just fucking boring.
Yeah, you
Well,
don't have fun fighting 18, huh?
I actually have no issues with 18, but I get it. Like that's the thing. Like ironically, the Zenkai that I hate the most is Gohan, and
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm a whale, so I can like I'm having less issues dealing with someone like that. But like I don't know, they're just boring.
Yeah. Just
So,
with 18, just don't switch. Sorry, Profi, go ahead.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of negative mentality to Zenkai, but it's clearly, I mean, what are they going to do? Take it out? And so
They're not gonna take it
I
out.
tried to be optimistic about it, and I couldn't help but notice that the Ultra Goku doesn't go to level 10 on his Strike and Blast. So I'm assuming at some point in the future we will have, the Zenkai for the Ultras too, and I think we just gotta accept it here, and not stick our nose up to it.
Yeah,
and I get that it's
100%
boring because you've had
that.
the unit for like a year plus in some instances, but I don't know.
You-
I think
you still
for the
have
meta,
people- I was gonna say, you still have people that literally stand by, like, are they gonna remove it? No. At this point, they're here to stay. And again, that's why I like that they're more balanced now. And I get why they do it, but they're not taking them out. And I think they're just way more fair now than they were before. Just fuck 18 and fuck Gohan.
I can't wait for my summonable Ultra LF Zenkai unit.
You know what's funny about Zenkais
It's gonna
though?
be a Vegito.
People will say fuck Zenkais, but in the same breath, the next day say, I hope there's Zenkai X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, which one is it? Do you hate Zenkais or?
No, but make them balanced, okay?
I hate
Well,
Zenkais
what
when they're
could
not for my
fix
team that I
Zenkais?
use.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep. When I use Zenkais, it's okay, but if you use Zenkais, I will expose you if you use Rising Rush.
so I have a feeling people are going to be saying this about the first summonable Ultra units. Like, oh, you're an Ultra, you're okay.
Dude, my favorite thing is when you load into PvP and you go against someone that says like Zenkai equals bad, and then they have a full Zenkai team.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing where it's like lag equals noob, and then they DC.
RR equals trash or something like this.
Yeah, and then they are
Or,
like 5 seconds.
No
If you
RR.
saw my tweet, from this morning, I had someone who was named 1v1 me. 1v1 me, please. And I'm like, I'm not taking the bait. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And the next thing I see on the load screen is, of course, they picked the whole team, and then they ended up forfeiting. I almost took the bait. I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just load it with 1 unit.
Nah, you know what the best way to do that is you queue up with 1 unit and you win.
Yeah.
Yep. That is definitely the best way. But you need to record that and then just tweet it out or something. I mean, I remember people doing like the 1 unit challenge. I think, especially with Buhan and Super Saiyan Blue Goku when they were still pretty new, you would just like try and beat your entire opponent's team with just this one guy, and cost you all of your art.
Yellow hit
all
was
of your
pretty
RP.
notorious for that. Yellow hit was pretty notorious.
Yeah, I also remember ZVG. He loved this Buhan. It was insane. The bubble
Oh
shield.
man, ZVG.
Like Blue Broly, it could solo an entire team if you
Yeah.
play your cards right.
Or 18. I
Gotta
think
love
she
18.
just makes people forfeit. Or
Yep.
you use the red trunks and just pop the green card constantly. People are just going to be like, I have no time for this. I have to get on with my life. All right, I think we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with questions in about 3 minutes. So you guys go get yourself a drink or something. If you want your questions to be featured on the podcast, make sure to follow us on Twitter and keep an eye out for the questions thread or put them in our public Discord. And with that said, we'll be back in just 3 minutes. All right, we are back. And the first question today comes from our public Discord from Absolute0273. And the question is, I think we kind of touched on that already, but maybe we can expand on it a little bit. And basically, what do you think about the idea of getting 2 Tournament of Power modes, where one of them is ranked and one of them is training, where you don't have the TP requirement and you can just basically practice?
I think it'd be great.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we asked for earlier.
Yeah, that's literally what we asked for.
It's exactly
But again,
what we want.
something to keep in mind is this is like early stages of it, and I'm sure we probably will get to the point where they do something like that. Because I feel like this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to like overly dedicate all this dev time to something that people will just not play. If you guys remember, Dokkan had the original Battlefield, where they had that like little mini game.
The side scroller,
That
kind of.
yeah, and they dedicated dev time for that for nobody to play it. So they probably they want to go all in on this mode if people didn't like it. So I'm sure they're gonna like do something.
Is that true? Is that why they got rid of it? Because no one played it?
That's just my theory.
I mean, I think nobody played it because it was super hard.
Yeah, I think the mistake they made was they made it too damn difficult back then. Like everyone is asking for it back. Like that's what's funny. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because they made it so frustrating that people were just like, okay, F this. That makes
I
sense.
just know when it comes down to them not doing something again, it's solely based off of data that says people don't like it. So, for example, one of the reasons why you don't see like female character banners come back anymore like we used to, female warriors used to always be a thing, is because no one really summoned on them. As broken as they were, people just not summon on them. That's why you're never gonna see a banner like that ever again.
Yeah,
or GT, yeah. Which is weird to me. It's like why is GT not popular as a banner? Like Super Saiyan 4 is cool.
We
how
just
do
need
you
a whole
like-
Super Saiyan 4 team.
How do you like the Para Para brothers, though?
I'd summon for them if they have the dance. Make the green card that makes the other player dance too. It'd be
Yeah,
hilarious.
and then you pair that with Trunks and all of
Well,
them
no.
have green cards.
So in Xenoverse, you can have dancing Para as a super attack, and if you activate it, it makes your opponent stop and just start dancing, and then you can attack them. So if they ever had Para brothers that had a green card that forces your opponent to dance, basically like an immobilization, that'd be hilarious.
It's like a feint.
Yeah. I'd summon for that. That'd be hilarious.
The most toxic. I love that.
In the spirit of the question, I think one of the most sought after features that I've been waiting for, outside of TOP excluded, is just be a training mode, because they let you do that dummy mode where you get to slap the Cybermen with the latest unit, right? I would love it if you could, just like any other fighting game, you could make the Cybermen pick certain actions, like it would tap blast randomly, it would sidestep randomly, and so you could get used trying to catch those moments.
So I know why they're never going to do that, and I severely disagree why they did it. But basically, the Legends team views training as a bad thing.
Okay.
Really?
So the reason why is because their team, Dims, worked on Street Fighter before, and they got a lot of data from Street Fighter, and they're looking at that when they do stuff like updates for Legends, which you shouldn't do because Legends is not a fighting game. So I get why they think like that, but I've told them in the past, like, this is stupid. This is just fucking stupid. Like, you shouldn't see that data and think, yeah, this is the same thing for Legends, and we shouldn't do this. That's why they gave us a limited version, like the baby version under the try mode.
Also, probably
So
because it
it-
didn't take a lot of dev time to just implement that, right?
No, it's literally like it's basically
Just
done. You can just take what you have right now and just do it. It's very easy to implement, but there is a reason why they think it's a bad idea. And again, I disagree with it. I think it's fucking stupid. But
Yeah.
this
Well,
is
what's
just
the
their thing.
negative? Like, we would get too good. Like, we would figure out all
No.
the mid-
No. Again, this is one of those things that I feel like I want to say, but I think I can't, even though it's not really that big of a deal. I think it's just that there is a negative aspect to training mode, and not just Legends, but any game, which again, it's fucking stupid.
Maybe it's that they're
That's the
afraid
idea of
that we
it.
play this too much and then don't play the modes they want us to play. Yeah, it's just, because they want us to play PvP, they want us to play the new TOP mode, they want us to grind the story, and that would just take away from that. Even though I'm not
I will
really
say-
sure how that's negative. But
I will say playing too much is a bad thing for these games. That's the big focus. That's the big answer there.
okay.
That's why a lot of times they time gate certain things because they don't want you to play this game 24/7. Because playing any game nonstop is bad, but playing a game like Legends or mobile game in general nonstop is a terrible habit to have because it leads to you eventually burning out and not playing in the long run. That's solely why they time gate.
That's what I figured. Yeah, if you burn out, also you usually don't come back, or at least not for a while.
Exactly. Because if you notice, every single gacha game, every single mobile game has a stamina system. Every single one. And when Pokemon Masters came out, it was one of the first that didn't have a system. And if you notice, they introduced it because they realized, oh fuck, people are burning out in our game. So like having a stamina system, as much as we don't like it, is for the health of a game in the long term.
A necessary evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be honest, it somehow makes me appreciate, as I said earlier, it makes me appreciate the TOP. You know, every single fight that I take stuff into, I take that much more time to team build and, you know, see if I can max out my abilities with, you know, the placement on the board and everything, just so I don't waste that one energy that I have for some stupid, you know, mistake. And as Prof said, you can come back in like a day or even 2 days, and you still you don't have full energy, so it's no stress. The battles don't take that much time, so you know, you have it done in like 10 minutes if you want to.
Yep.
Yeah. I think an important thing to note too is that I think when you go into the TOP mode, it says preseason, right? So I feel like they are going to go ahead and, like how Rhyme said, they're going to look at that data and they're going to go ahead and adjust as needed.
Yeah. And I mean, even
Yeah, that's the
though
whole point of having the preseason, yeah.
If they see no one's playing it, they're just gonna stop updating it, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, also, you know, that's something I like, having been a software developer myself, is just not over engineering it and just seeing if it even works at all. And instead of wasting 10 months, you waste a month, and if you see it doesn't work, you do something else,
Yep.
right?
And I'm sure you've noticed this, but they don't. Legends is like one of the only mobile games out there that does not like rewarding you for doing nothing. Like, for example, like I'm gonna use Dokkan as the example just because it's another Dragon Ball mobile game. I play it very passively, and like I get so much shit for just logging in. Like I log in, I'm in and out. That's it. Whereas in a game like Legends, if you log in and that's all you do, you're not gonna get much mileage out of it. But like the more you play, the better. But it's also ironic because they don't want you to only like keep playing it. So it's like,
Yeah,
It's-
that's
a
that's
weird.
why it's a whole is
Yeah.
always
It's like the
complaining
dichotomy
it's
is a bit
not right? You actually gotta
Mhm.
play it.
Yeah, but I mean, also then remembering, for example, Bebop, and I mean, Prof can probably also attest to that. If you want to rank high in PvP, you have to play consistently. I remember Bebop when he played the Golden Showdown. I think he said he played like 10 hours each day.
Yeah. I
And
don't know how you do
That's
that.
like the epitome of a burnout at one point, right? Because I think after
Yeah.
that, he was also just done for a good while.
I don't even aim for rank 50. Like, because the thing with me is like, if I get into one match that just lags, I just want to throw my phone. Like, I'll play the game until I get a laggy match, and I put my phone down and I'll go do something else. And I can't just think about, you know, somebody that wants to play a game like Legends that much and deal with that many laggy matches per day. Or you might get lucky and never get it. I mean, at the end of the day, it is kind of like an RG factor of like, will the connection be good or bad? But like, still playing that much is just like, it's not good for you.
Yeah.
I need to rethink my life. Thank you.
It's just too stressful, like, you know, because I'll read the DM thread that we have on Twitter, and I'm just like, you guys are still playing this much, bro? Take a break, chill.
But Prof, actually, I'm
shouldn't show you
curious how
my,
you. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Truth.
I shouldn't show you my link level 10 units then, huh?
Yeah, no, you shouldn't, because I don't have a single Link 10, a
Same.
single one.
Neither
I'm
do I.
good.
They're tough.
I'm good.
Yeah, but Prof, how is it for you since you stream pretty much every day playing Legends, right? How do you feel about burnout in the game?
Oh, I mean, I know I'm a unique character. It doesn't bother me. I've been playing it pretty much 2 to 4 hours every single day for the past year and a half. But I think I don't know. The only time I legitimately felt burnout in Legends is during the Vegeta Blue meta because the PvP scene became so incredibly monotone. So as long as they don't ever do that again, players like myself won't be bothered. I think that I don't know. I think it's in a decent spot. You guys are saying like you go for battle rank 50, but realistically speaking, you can hit battle rank 50 in like I would say 4.5 hours. And so you got 2 weeks to do 5 hours of PvP, and then if you do it for like 3 days, then I mean that's top 10k right there. So it just depends on how much you want to play Legends. I think I even kind of talked about it earlier. Like I like to do co-op, right? I like that I got to try. I hate round 3. Frankly, I don't like round 2 because I'm like, oh gosh. But in my head, I'm thinking, okay, it's almost over, right? But yeah, that's the only thing that's really burning me out is doing content I don't want to do and being forced to do it, right? If people don't like PvP, it's probably going to burn them out the next, 6 weeks chasing this Goku.
Well, yeah.
They're going to hate it. They're going to talk about Reddit, how much they hate it.
Yeah, because even I recall like the last time we were doing the podcast and stuff, when before we even knew what the mission plans were, I remember you actually being so excited because you thought you were just going to cater everything to PvP, right? And so I think they definitely should have that.
You don't have to touch co-op, but the thing is, like, in my opinion, I would love it if 100% of the co-op rewards were achievable through PvP, so I could log in. Like, I don't know if anybody here has ever played a game called Guild Wars 2, but their daily system has multiple requirements for the same daily. So you can fill it out playing your way. They really have gotten the feedback from the community over several patches and then switch the system up so you can pretty much PvP, do whatever you want, and by the end of your hour or so of playing the game, you've done your dailies, right? And that is so convenient, and I would love it if Legends kind of emulated that. If I'm going to sit down, I mean, if you're doing PvE, you're probably going to pop all your dailies and get all the rewards anyways, but I'm talking about mainly the important dual medals from co-op, and now that we're getting the Ultra Goku medals, if there were a couple different conditions to achieve the same multi-Z power, that would be fantastic.
Yep.
All right, I feel like we can move on to the next question, and that comes from Dr. Striker 243, also from our Discord. Do you think future extreme difficulty co-op stages will be tuned down a bit? Seems like only a few people are able to clear them 100% of the time.
Okay, so here's this is what I was talking about earlier too when we mentioned this. Is I think the difficulty is fine, but the difficulty is only fine when you're using a boost unit. I think it's too difficult when you're not using a boost unit. And what they should do is they should just bring the power level of every character up to that boost unit level, and then keep the boss the same level. And there should not be boost units. That's how I feel they should do this. Or maybe, I guess, no, because I was thinking maybe they can make boost units stronger, but at the end of the day, I'd rather them just not have boost units at all.
They did like a free unit or something with that. OG Spear Bomb Goku had like a 500% or whatever. It would give you a reason to get him out of the shop too. Right?
Yeah,
so something like that wouldn't be horrible.
I was going to say, how important are the boost units? When you say boost units, you're referring to the new units, right?
Yeah, the two new ones, yeah.
Well, because I was going to say, like, I've partnered up with a lot of, like, blue Gokus, like the Zenkais, and that one doesn't seem to be a problem at all. Granted, it might be because it's a Z7.
Yeah. We're talking about the hardest one, not the third one with the fourth.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean,
like, I've never had an issue when I had someone on my team that had, like, a Zenkai. Again, granted, it was a Zenkai level 7 blue Goku.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue having that as a partner.
But you're using a boost unit, right?
Yeah, I'm using it.
Well, it's actually
that's why, yeah.
Good, but yeah, it's a tall order for anybody that's not Sun Family or God Key or Saiyan to just whip out the Goku, and then if they don't have the boost unit, they're dead in the water. I bet, as we said earlier in the podcast, they do plan on making it to where you can exchange for rare medals, and you can still do the other co-op and get. I mean, it's 10 per run, right? But you can still get your daily Goku boost, and then at the end of the PvP seasons, it seems like you'll be able to exchange for it.
There's a celebrity guest in the chat. I would like to point them out. I agree with what Dada Doya said. I think they should just have way more options. Because I did actually just look, and I didn't realize that the other boost units were basically getting no boost at all. I thought they were all getting the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Goku and Hit get a 250% inflicted damage up, and everybody gets like 75.
Yeah.
And then it goes down to 25.
25, yeah.
Universe
Now, they
6
should,
and a little
they
bit
should
of that.
definitely up that. Oh, let me ask a question actually to the chats here, because this is something we didn't talk about. This is going back to the Ultra Goku thing. Did you guys have issues with the Piccolo Goku Stage 5 fight?
Wait,
Talking about the PvE
AI
co-op.
Yeah.
no.
So I died the first time. That's just because Piccolo literally just died frame once. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll go fuck myself. But then the second time, but I noticed that a lot of people just could not get past that, and I didn't realize that it was that big of a deal.
Chat says
I never
Nas
did.
did.
Yeah,
Nas died like 8 times. He just could not beat it.
You know what they should have done for that? They should have had Piccolo die on purpose, and then Goku, the Ultra Goku, comes in and helps you.
I thought they were gonna do that.
That'd be
Well, I
yeah.
thought Goku, Piccolo was gonna die, and then you were gonna transform, and then like.
Well, you know why? It's
the whole
because
thing.
in the actual like character select screen, there's a question mark for your buddy, and I'm just
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah,
that's definitely Goku, right? It has to be, and it's Piccolo.
Yeah,
Nope.
so much fun.
I think another thing that's an issue, I actually saw someone put it in chat too, is that Shallot got shafted on this, right? Like he's the only unit in the game that has type advantage over this Frieza, and he doesn't have he doesn't have the boost, right? I feel like he should have he deserved some of those like boost capabilities, like a damage up, some of that good stuff, right?
Well,
I've actually had a couple people use Shallot in co-op, and he worked fine. He worked really, really well. Once he transformed, he was chilling.
Okay.
yeah.
I guess that's why I
like
didn't
that.
really notice that there was an issue with boost units that much, because I didn't really pay that much attention to it, just because I fought with such a variety of people. Because like usually with co-op, you would only look for the same 2 units, and if they don't have that unit, you disband.
Well, I think making this co-op boss a dark unit was a step in the right direction, at least for the extreme mode, so you can take any color you want in, and then
Yeah, I agree.
expand the tags. Like it would have been really exciting to run maybe the old yellow hit or something, right? Just give us more options, and then I like I said, dark unit A+. I love it.
I think having the unit be dark type is literally all they have to do to fix regular co-op, and then just make it harder, give them more health, and that's it.
I was gonna say though, but what does that mean for future? Because the thing is this Frieza specifically gets stronger after the second burst, and that's what makes it a threat. What if the next dark co-op, or the dark type co-op boss doesn't do that, and then just basically like one shot you from the start? That's gonna be annoying.
Well, I'm
So I
just
guess
saying making them dark type is a solution because it means you're not pigeonholed into always picking the counter color.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have to bring that
Or
blue new unit or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if,
I
like,
just know
hits a-
don't do events or modes or co-op battles where you hop in and you frame one just die. Because that's the
Yeah,
one thing that
that's
makes certain challenge battles just not fun. It's like, oh great, I have a type advantage and I'm dead from one card. Dope, good game.
Yeah, flashback to the full power Frieza 51 stage.
Yeah.
By
dude.
far the worst event
was
that ever
good
existed in the game. I still stand by that.
Sorry, Prof, you wanted to say something?
No, well, but I do agree that it's not fun when you get killed immediately. I was thinking one of the ways they could have it is have the boss do certain events at certain timer counts, and that you would have to dodge it or have a shield or something ready to take the hit. But yeah, especially like because after the shield comes back, he knocks you backwards, and if your butter does a cover change for you, Frieza just mauls you to death right then and there. He's like, well,
Yeah.
I love
Especially with that ult.
I love the burst knockback into an ult or a rising rush.
Oh,
You
God.
can't do anything about it. It just that just happens.
And-
Can't rescue, can't do anything.
The salt on a wound is the fact that it has the exclamation point pop up that implies you can dodge, but you can't.
Just like 18
Yeah.
speed.
Good game, guys.
the ultimate, you just kind of eat it.
Yeah. Just like, have fun. Alrighty, let's move on to the next question. And that one comes from Akaleons25, I guess. Do you think Ultra Early units in the future will have an active skill or active ability just like in Dokkan that you can only use based on the condition in battle?
Well, we
No.
already kind of have that now.
It's like
I
main
think that
ability,
is.
like, you
I
kind
was
of
gonna say
cut
because
out
we
there,
kind of have to.
Go ahead, Rhyme.
Oh, I was gonna say we kind of have that right now because the Ultra Goku, his special ability is the fact that the more stands you have, the stronger he gets, and I'm sure that could be reserved in the future for like other abilities, like for example, Like let's say they do an Ultra Gohan. If you have a teammate that dies, he transforms into Super Saiyan 2 or something like that. I'm sure they're gonna have something like that.
Oh no, the Gohan paradox. We're gonna have to use a 16 for him to transform.
Yeah.
They synergize super well. Come on.
Under 58% health too.
Just a quick throwback. Y'all remember the original Purple Gohan and 16 meta?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like before they
beautiful.
nerfed sidestepping.
Yeah.
Actually draw a card, slap him in the face, rinse, repeat.
Get infinite key.
I remember,
Yeah.
and people were upset that they took that away. It's like, are you kidding me? You start a combo, you just win.
Yep.
Yeah, no, people keep reminiscing on the old sidestep meta. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, there's a reason why Pan and Heartfire's Goku were good at that one point.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially Pan with her key recovery was insane.
yeah,
Pan had
just,
infinite key recovery.
Yeah, you could. I think you could do 200 key worth of cards with her.
Think
Oh,
what he's
perfect.
tried
So my video from 2018 that says Pan is the best unit in the game is not clickbait. That's all I care about.
She had some kind of like thing going on where she could have infinite key recovery.
Perfect.
What the original sidestepping will give you like what 15, 20 key back.
dude, you got a card like pretty much every other sidestep.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
yeah, your key filled up. Now, like,
Imagine
you get
18.
like 3, 4.
18. Yeah, she would pull a full hand on every sidestep with the like her level 2 card draw speed. That's fun. But I mean, that's how we got that back, I guess, pretty much. Alrighty, let's move on over to the last question for today. That one comes from our Twitter. And the question is asked by Corrido. Since Ultra Rarity comes with unique animations and intros, we could see some Ultra Rarity characters come that already have Zenkais. Keeping that in mind, what is everyone's preferred next Ultra Rarity character? Don't bother asking my boy Ryu, but he's not here anyways.
No, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2.
Oh
No.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, double
that's
Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Just shut down by
Nice.
Gurash. Cold.
Transforming Cell Saga Gohan.
Are we just going off
And
on like
he would be
intros?
purple.
Just who you want to see.
I mean, the answer for me is Beerus, but like I don't know how they would make Beerus that much more cooler other than give him a Hakai. But that would be a Legends Limited thing, so I don't really have an answer.
So is it Legends?
My answer would be Final Form Frieza who transforms with the full power, and his intro would be stepping on the rock after he survives the Spirit Bomb and like doing something. I don't know.
That'll be fire.
Yep.
Yeah. That
Very
would be
surprised
amazing.
Oh my
you chose
goodness.
Frieza.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea who I would pick.
I think
But
for
want-
me, it would
I want
be
a
that.
villain.
What about
you say?
UI Goku and a shirt exploding off of him?
Yeah.
Because
That'd be fire, too.
Fighters does that, right?
Yep, that'll be fire too.
Go ahead, SD.
I was just gonna say I would want to see Goten and Trunks, and they just fuse at the beginning, and then they go into Gotenks.
I want
Oh,
the Ginyu Force, and they all fuse together into something we've never seen before.
That'd be great, yeah.
I mean, if they really want to go off, they could have Demon King Piccolo kill Shenron as the intro.
That'll be fire.
That would be
Dude.
That would be
crazy.
fire. I
The
agree.
region main says
That would
yes.
be ultra worthy, though. Like, I mean, if you're gonna do anything crazy like that,
Yeah.
Yeah, because even Dokkan skipped that too, right? He doesn't kill Shenron in the Dokkan one.
Yeah, I just think because it would take too long. But if they started with like Shenron already there, and like he just like
Yeah.
shoots a beam and kills him, like that's okay.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Dude.
fast.
isn't the
What
new DKP's animation pretty much when he kills Shenron, the blue card?
Well, yeah, but
He
they
pukes
skipped
out
that
the
whole part with
Dragon Balls.
Shenron, right? They just have the Dragon Balls come
Yeah.
out.
Dude, what if you had a Super Saiyan 4 unit that just started off as the Golden Grade 8 and then just shrunk down into Super Saiyan 4 for the intro?
That could be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Could be either one then.
I mean, I want a Bardock. I like Bardock. But I mean, Bardock's already got pretty good representation, so.
What if it's Bardock getting like blasted by that like giant
saying.
supernova, and then he just turns Super Saiyan or something?
Yeah.
Or they
He's
do a
back on
pod
Planet
freeze
Plant.
that destroys Planet Vegeta, including Bardock, and then that's how he starts.
The Pod Frieza, yeah.
That'd be dope.
What if there's what if Final Form Frieza is just he kills Krillin every time you start the match?
Yeah, Ultra Garlic Jr. He opens up the dead zone. Right?
Stop it.
Oh, come on, Dokkan, 6 years. Legends, dude. If Legend, that's the one unit I would get salty at. Like if Legends got Garlic Jr. first, I'd be so salty.
Dude, Naz would be so happy.
And Toshi's listening.
It's like Tochi, don't do me like that, please. please. I'm the
Toshi.
biggest Garlic Jr. fan there is.
Toshi, do him like that. Come on. Truth is now a Legends main. And if Garlic Jr. is here, he will stay. And he will pay.
Flex on Truth.
I will 14-star Garlic Jr., all right? Don't test me, Toshi.
Oh, he will 14-star him twice.
Mm-hmm.
Garlic Jr. comes out as an Ultra and he's the first 0.1 unit. Good luck.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They should definitely drop Garlic Jr. for like next April Fools or something.
It's like pure willpower.
Just to
It's anniversary, man.
Just to go with the meme.
Yeah.
He's hype.
It's coming out together with Dead Yamcha.
I just remember talking to in one of our last calls after they were teasing. What was it? It was the Age
number
of
one Vegeta. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were just talking about the fact that it just turns into this whole crazy theory about how Garlic Jr. is coming. They were all just like, of all
You're welcome.
possible ideas. One, why did this fit? Why did the theories fit? And two, why would Garlic Jr. be the first one that comes to your mind?
It was so crazy. Like,
they
add all
wanted-
the numbers up, and it like led to Garlic Jr. Like,
They want him to come. I like how Goresh, apparently since you already knew, but you still made that video. It's like, apparently Garlic Jr. is coming to Legends.
That's gonna be my joke for every time they do a hint. I'm gonna somehow relate it back to Garlic Jr. Oh, this image is like 4 inches tall. If you divide that by 4, it's the movie 1. It's Garlic Jr.'s coming. I'm confirmed.
Dude, I remember seeing the videos after that.
you're taking my meta, Garish. That's not fair.
No, that's my idea. That's my
I
idea.
watched these videos, right? Or a video, and it's simply saying, that Vegeta and Goku are coming. And then Goresh comes out and convinces me Garlic Jr. is coming. I'm just on a walk one day, and I'm just wondering, how many people did you swindle?
A lot, dude. There was videos after his video that were like basically hopping on it, saying that Garlic Jr. is coming to Legends.
Bro, I had people arguing in my comments when I was talking about what I think was coming, and it's like, oh yeah, it's Garlic Jr. You're a fucking idiot. I'm like, all right, I'm
Okay.
gonna come back to this comment in an hour. We're gonna have a conversation about this when you see it's not Garlic Jr.
But well, there you go. And that's pretty much it for today's podcast. I want to thank again Rhyme and Truth for hopping in today, as well as, of course, our regulars, Brad, Professor Sensei, Goresh, and Azdeek. We will be back in a week with episode 29. Let's see what this week will bring for us and if it can top anything that we saw last week. Make sure to follow all of our creators on YouTube or Twitch. Rhyme is really close to hitting partner on Twitch and YouTube, so make sure to go give him a follow, because we want to get him over that threshold, right, Rhyme?
Yeah.
Gotta show love to the 5'9" family, right?
I love you. And this podcast is going to what is it called? Premiere on YouTube in about 24 hours. Until then, don't forget, Twitch Prime is not a crime. Have a good rest of your week, and we will see you in a week. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Later, guys.
Deuces.